Well,
in order to make sure
I managed to get back at the Austrians, even though they got their provinces back through some sort of exploit. But at the moment, I think that the Austrians needs to die. There is no two ways about it, because he has the knife in hand, and if we don't take him down, that was in the back the first thing that happens.
Well, hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. We actually have a game on our hands today. Thank you so much for joining us here on the stream. My name is Matt. I am also better known as Aspec here at Paradox Interactive, and today we have something very, very special for you indeed. Look at this amazing sofa that I have stretched out. We're going to have developers sitting here for this particular session. We're going to be showcasing none other than Conquest of Paradise throughout the next 2 hours in a developer multiplayer session. And in all honesty, it's going to be really good. Now, audio-wise, I'm wearing these headsets, so we shouldn't get any interference from any outside sources, but we shall see what happens there. Europa Universalis has been launched earlier this year, and it's looking very good. We're looking to do our first expansion in January, on January 14th, on Conquest of Paradise, what this particular session is about. And you know what? I don't think we should wait much longer before we can go ahead with this particular game. The couch is currently empty, but we'll go back towards camera every single time we get an actual developer on the couch. This is not a casting couch, by the way. Internet goers, beware. Let's get underway. There it is. And we're currently looking here. After Gamescom, we had this thing where we thought by ourselves, there are so many things. There are so many things that we can do with this, and basically what we said by ourselves, you know what? Rather than being able to pull all this footage from. Let me just put that up here. No, that's not actually going. As there are so many things that we could have done with the actual spectating during Gamescom. However, at that point in time, we were pulling feeds from separate machines and feeding it in all of into a video production switcher. And basically, what happened at that point, it was, look, if we're ever going to be doing a large game with, say, the entire studio, we cannot simply take feed from every single point of view. Now, what we actually did was the following. I quickly need to go over towards camera just to fix something here on my screen. Let me quickly turn off my friends list. That's probably a good idea. There we go. So basically what we did in the studio was said, look, we cannot simply go ahead and say we need to pull feeds. How about we install a spectator mode? How about we use a observer, modify it ever so slightly, and allow it to spectate any nation at any time. And that's exactly what has been done. One of the coders has been extremely busy in the last few weeks generating this Spectate mode, which is available for you guys in the next patch when the new expansion comes out. And basically, it adds this little modifier here. There's a menu at the bottom where you can see what all players can see, but also how to select a nation. So we can use the hotkeys here. So for instance, right now, I'm looking at the Ottomans, which is played by a player called Nuzia. We can also be seen here on the top right. But if I want to see what the Netherlands is seeing, I can just quickly switch over. It changes over, and I can see everything what they are actually showing, which is really, really cool, and it allows for all sorts of modifications to be dropped very quickly. And this is basically what the Netherlands can see, and we can pretty much see anything that they are seeing. We know what their unit tech is, what their army loadout is, what their ideas they have actually picked throughout their session. What sort of stability and expansion they have, pretty much anything that the user can see at that point in time. However, we cannot interact with them. So we cannot pick ideas for them. There was a bug earlier this week where we could delete unit stacks, which wasn't all that great. So basically, you could move over towards the military screen and pretty much delete army stacks left, right, and center, which was pretty good. But let's get underway with this particular game, as the world as we know it has changed ever so slightly. Russia is strong, as we like to say. Russia is strong indeed. It's currently the 5th of July, 1750. And my God, is the world a strange place from the 1750s. The Netherlands has swallowed up a big chunk of what was formerly Burgundy, but also a big chunk of Germany. Austria has grown massively. The Hansa has taken over Livonia and pretty much what used to be the Commonwealth. Bohemia has grown like a cancer upon Europe. And then there is this right here. Yes. This is definitely a problem that is going to need to be dealt with later on. But still, the game is afoot, and Venice is looking to get a bunch of stuff underway here with their ships. Right now, let's take a look here what Venice actually has got going for themselves. Quickly switching over here. They've actually gone obviously full Venetian ideas. They're going for innovative, starting out with trade ideas and naval ideas, which is very, very standard for your Venice. They used to be allied with Austria. Let's see how diplomatic they are these days. They are not really attached to Austria in any form or fashion. So that is something that you may want to keep your eyes on. As, all the devs, looks like Venice is making a move. And they are all, what kind of ships are these? They are 3-deckers, so it looks like Venice is going for full-on approach here with military units and are going to be very, very strong later on. It's something we need to watch out for. And you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and introduce us to the players in this particular session. There they are. We got Forza Karsten here playing as Russia. We have the letter Z as Termarids. We got Nicholas here as Hindustan. Johan, who's playing as Morocco, has decided to move into India. Also, he has colonized most of the African continent. Grugi is the Hansa, which for some reason finds himself all the way over here. Rufo is Denmark. Witch King is the Netherlands, has cut deeply into the United Kingdom. And there's a siege underway. Hansa is actually going to full-on war after, let's take a look here, where they're actually at. It looks like Scotland at the moment are having some real issues. I'm quickly going to switch over towards Hansa. Hansa at the moment are in a full-on war here with the United Kingdom, Great Britain even, as there they are. They have full war with both their colonies, the 13 colonies, English Mexico, and their allies, Naples, which Naples no longer exists within the confines of Europe. But look at that alliance. Look at that massive alliance with the French, the Netherlands, continuing to crush the British. And this is not going to go very well for them. That's actually Grugi and Witch King and Grey Calf that are doing that. And also, of course, Wiz himself has decided to up the stakes as he managed to plow through everything that is ever done here by Europe. Looking at technology, let's see what the world looks like in general from a technological perspective. Technology-wise, France and the Netherlands, Bohemia, etc. are kind of ahead of the game. It looks like they're 26, 27, 27, whereas Austria is slightly behind 19 for administrative technologies. That is going to hurt significantly. I'm quickly going to switch over what that actually means for their technology base. It means they can upgrade to the next level and get absolute rulership, but they're going to be behind so much. And what does it even mean for their ideas? Yeah, they don't even have constitution yet. They don't have the constitutional ideas. This is going to be really problematic to get their ideas rolling. But of course, Austria, as the empire, is going to be extremely strong throughout this entire game. Very rich as well. Speaking of which, Nicholas, I am betraying you. Okay, so Russia has decided to betray their allies in Hindustan. Possibly. Let's keep an eye on that, as it looks like Russia is not at war with anybody right now. It does have a royal marriage here with the Ukraine. Maybe to look to integrate that later on. But ally with Termarids is going to allow them immediate access to Hindustan. But like I said before, we have Alexivan playing here as Japan, Bushov playing as the wonderful nation of Venice, Boga as Sweden, Karsten Forza as Russia. We got Goose Creature as Spain, or what is pretty much formerly Spain because the Catalans are all gone. Grugi as the Hansa here in Lübeck, where they pretty much belong. Mr. Nibbles as in Bohemia. It looks like he's being invaded by the Austrians. That's not going to be very useful for him. Nuzia as the Ottoman Empire. Naples, Palladium, who's just messing around, and she is also at war with, oh no, Britain. Great Britain is not looking very good. Malaya by Pet Frog, who has a bit of an uprising situation going on there. We've got Rufio as Denmark, who is currently not at war with anybody at the moment. Actually, you know, with Great Britain and the 13 colonies. Sacrifice as Austria. The Witch King as the Netherlands, Johan as Morocco, Great Rolf as Great Britain, Nicholas as Hindustan, and finally Wizington or Self-Learning AI as France. Now, there is a massive war going on right now. There is this massive conquest of the French conquest of the marches going on with France and the Netherlands together with against Great Britain and Portugal. So they're going to be having a very difficult time here trying to adapt to that situation. But my God, France and the Netherlands are such a strong power. The Netherlands obviously have those naval ideas, make them exceptionally strong, and they've got a lot of access of control here in these trade groups. So they're going to have a lot of purchasing power here. France, in the meantime, having all those land armies and taking full control of England, and of course ahead of the pack here currently with the war score, getting 7.3 a month. So I'm kind of looking forward to get some of these guys here on the couch somewhere in the near future. But in the meantime, the rest of the world, we got Castilian La Plata, which is obviously Spanish, Castilian Peru, Castilian Colombia, New Spain. Here, all these colonies from the Spanish empires all going around. Let's see what else we have. Let's see what the Dutch actually have here trade-wise. Yeah, the French are pretty much dominating this particular trade node, as they got a lot of stuff going on here. However, they must be running a lot of trade ships through the air because they managed to get 60% of the trade, and that's plus 99, so that's a significant amount of income. So you can actually just look over here. They got plus 62 a month, which is quite significant. Overstretched quite a lot here with their army limit. So that is something they want to look out for. But France probably not going to have a problem. And my God, it looks like Austria is in a bit of a pickle because they're being invaded by the Dutch at the moment, as well as the French. There's a full-on assault going on here. French, oh. That is probably going to hurt. Yeah, Austria, I hate to break it to you, but on a scale of 1 to 5, I would say you're a 5 on the completely feces in fan situation, because there is a massive army of Dutch people coming around here, and that is gonna hurt. Yeah, these developers, they are pretty damn ruthless. And he is running at a massive deficit right now. He's trying to get as much forces on towards his flank as possible. He's stretched over his army limit by more than 100 troops. More than 100 troops are up here. He's got 9 stacks of he's got 9 stacks of, no, that's actually how much he has. He's got 155 stacks of infantry, 45 cavalry, 51 armor. Yeah, artillery. And he's going to need to fall back towards the mountains to stand any chance against these armies. He needs to consolidate his troops as soon as possible. Let's take a quick look at his ideas, what he actually has, and if that's going to help him or not. Diplomatic, quantity, administrative, espionage, and defensive. If he can get, okay, he's got the most OP, pretty much the OP idea in the game, which is military drill, which adds 25% of morale to armies, which is going to help him significantly. However, he needs to get that improved foraging, which he's not going to be able to get to make sure that he does not die versus onslaught. He needs to pick his battles as soon as possible and try to take out these armies one by one. But look at his massive onslaught of carpet sieging, which is currently going on. Austria is getting it horribly hard right now. Also Ukraine, but they seem to be in less of a situation here. What is Ukraine actually at? What sort of situation did he have? Are they a vassal? Let's take a look here. Are they a vassal of anything? It doesn't look like they are. Ukraine. Doesn't look like they are... No, they're not a vassal. They're just AI. AI Ukraine is suiciding, so it would appear, because Austria is feeling it extremely hard. That's because the coalition of the willing is moving in on Austrian territory. Look at those massive stacks. I'm not even going to lie. How many troops is that? He's got a lot of sieges going on. Almost everything is under siege. He's got... Let's see here. How large is his army? It's not going to be enough. He's got about 250,000 units on the map. 250,000. But I don't even want to know how many armies he's up against.
I'm happy with my recovery, because what happened in the last session was that I was the recipient of this kind of major backstab with all the countries of the world managed to jump me. And as it stands, I haven't really lost much. The thing is that I'm looking at Morocco, because they're the ones I'm competing in score with, and he's currently building a very big fleet, so we'll have to match that.